Okay, we're going to take a quick chef's tour of the Badger facility. In this area here, as we step into the factory, this is our tooling area where we do a lot of prototype development, do some troubleshooting work for our suppliers. That's actually Herman, our chief engineer, working on some new designs more than likely. But that's what takes place in this little area here. Badger, of course, has its roots in the screw machine industry, having made parts for Pache and Theron Chandler and Wold Airbrush back in the early 60s. As we go through this hallway here, this little station here is our engraving machine, where we engrave the Badger model numbers, made in the USA, whatever goes on each relative airbrush, and off behind there a little bit further, that's our stamping machine for the brushes that we stamp that onto. All these brushes are waiting to be engraved. As we come back this way, we make it down this hallway here, which this wall of shelves houses our inventory department. These are all finished, tested airbrushes waiting to be packaged on the packing line. Those get stored there until they get requisitioned for orders. Behind that is actually our inventory department, where we keep all the components for the airbrush manufacturing process. If we sneak back here, you'll get a better view of the sizable number of bins. Each component has its own bin, gets stored in here as we walk through these aisleways. Just use the quick camera movement. One more aisle back here, you can peek around there, come back this way. So there's a place for everything and everything in its place. That's Nancy. She's actually in charge of our inventory room. Fortunately, we didn't get in her way. This is actually where Nancy hangs out. This is her desk and work area, where she keeps records on the components and piece parts. That's our labeling machine to put barcodes on the different items that we produce and package here. I'm going to jump over here real quick, back further in the inventory department. That's our comparator. That's actually part of our quality control department, which, if we go back this way, extends over to here. At this desk, this is where Herman, our engineer, does any of the microscope inspections that he requires. And as we go back this way, this is the quality control desk with an open drawer that we close. And then this wall of shelves here is all the different gauges. Airbrushes are a bunch of different components put together. You'll see here a drawer like this, several gauges in here, go, no-go gauges, thread gauges, stuff like that. Those happen to be for these piece parts here. Now the drawings that those gauges are used on are housed in this file cabinet here. 3-drawer file cabinet, you can see in it. These are all different airbrush drawings for the different airbrush products that we make. Each drawer is pretty much filled to capacity. When a component comes in from a supplier, they'll pull the drawing, they'll pull the gauge set, and they'll do the inspection on the incoming piece parts. So we're certain before it gets into production it's a quality component.